Hi, I'm Tyler Sattler, and this is Classroom Environment and Design. And we all know classroom design can impact or harm student learning in multiple ways. Often, the setup of a classroom can assist with incorporating learning styles and help the environment feel more comfortable or inviting. Although sometimes behavioral issues, such as classroom size and funding, can impact the availability of resources as well as really hinder the possibilities of creating a differentiated classroom setting. First, we have the high school English classroom. It's highly customized and pretty fun. I like the bright colors. And this teacher incorporated flexible seating into her classroom in many manners, as you can see. There are desks for students who prefer more standard seat, tables for collaborative group work, comfy chairs for that independent writing or reading time, as well as camp chairs. The teacher did state that some students can't handle choosing where to sit by themselves, and some items got broken within the first couple of days, so she's kind of changed her flex seating rules and environment, but it's still pretty effective, I would say. And according to an Edutopia article by Brooke Markle, the students, they seem more open to collaborating with an assortment of peers and in a variety of locations than had been the case with traditional seating, end quote. Flexible seating really removes the rigidity of standard classroom desks facing the front, and it helps students feel more comfortable and open to collaboration and conversation. There's another photo of the classroom. And then second, we'll go to the high school geometry and trigonometry classroom. And there are standard desks in this classroom plus table space used for extra help on assignments or collaboration. This teacher often has students, group the desks together into pods for group work. But unfortunately, this classroom is really small, as you can see here in this photo. And the teacher doesn't really have a lot of options for mixed seating styles or much room for her geometric models to be accessible at all times. She said that's kind of a negative. She has to put her models away so that the classroom isn't super crowded. It's definitely effective, but there's not a lot of flex seating availability. But in an article about effective learning environments, Terry Hike highlights that learning habits must be modeled. Things such as creativity, curiosity, and collaboration are modeled in this geometry classroom, making its environment pretty effective. Last, we have junior high English. It's definitely a welcoming and bright environment with bright colors. And the desks are pretty standard, though the teacher often allows them to move the desks around, similar to the history teacher in the Edutopia video about flexible classrooms. It isn't uncommon to see these students in a circle for reading or literature discussion, or up around the room in groups and partners for discussion or literature examples. And though most, and there's that classroom. And then finally, in conclusion, most classrooms in my school incorporate standard desks and flex seating. In my own classroom, we have tables and a little bit of flex seating, but students are still encouraged to collaborate, share, and converse in their classes. I think the biggest hindrance of changing up our classrooms at our school comes from budget and the size of our classrooms. Most of them are actually pretty small, so we're kind of crowded in usually. We do make an effort though with what we have, and we incorporate technology like smart boards, one-to-one Chromebooks, and much more. And then here are my references. Thank you.